NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. Longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for his start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium. Quickly to the air is Wilson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third and long.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You can't admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Barkley, inside handoff. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Barkley again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the Bronco defense comes up big. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. On first down, Murray. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second and 1, Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Beck. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
We're scoreless after 1. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Finding room at midfield, down the left sideline. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. Up the middle, Murray. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And the Broncos are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a sharp throw right there on third down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a first and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And this brings up a third and goal. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally. And as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space. So you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
On third and goal, Wilson steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Russell Wilson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
Well, that's what you want to see from your quarterback when it's a goal line situation. A guy who's not afraid to tuck the ball, give his body up, and get into the end zone. That ought to inspire his entire team.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Got a man, that's Richie James. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Now Jones. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Jones. Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. Darius Slayton from 13 yards out. And the Giants are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Montrell Washington on the return from his end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. Throwing again on second down. Wilson. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got some space here. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
From the 38, Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. A first down carry for Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
From the 24, Jones. A throw for Golladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 14-yard line. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. It was Jalen Smith who worked through to make that stop.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 3 yards is the pickup, but it leaves him still needing 11 here on 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players. Ball team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Five in the secondary now for the Giants here on 3rd. To throw is Wilson. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. Saquon Barkley, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants have tied the ball game with a chance to go ahead now in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a China shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any China shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
Extra point try, good by Gano. And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Gano out to kick this one away. Washington now brings this out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They give it to Williams, running right. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll get this one to Patrick. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And the Giants are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now listen, it's a team game, we know that, but where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again, but on offense they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. Room here to run. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And the Giants will kneel it here out of the victory formation. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half of the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.